Alright all, like the title says, in today's video I'm going to be putting together a $600 entry-level gaming PC here in 2020. We're going to be building in the Cooler Master MasterBox MB311L ARGB airflow case. If you haven't seen it, there is a ports list for this. I'll put the link up here for you if you'd like to go check out the ports list. And this ain't going to be a how-to video, but if you need a how-to, a step-by-step guide on how to build a gaming PC, I'll also put a link for one of them up there as well. This is just going to be, I'm going to run down the ports, just in case you haven't seen the $600 ports list I put together that makes up the system. Then I'm going to put together a time-lapse for the build process of it. And then I'm going to come back with my final thoughts and tell you the conclusion I came up with on the case that we're building in here today. Let me flip you over here and we'll run down through these ports here on Newegg. Okay, here we are on Newegg. For the processor, we have the Ryzen 3 3100 quad-core processor hitting 3.6 gigahertz. We have the Gigabyte B550M DS3H motherboard. And for the memory, we have G.SKILL Ripjaws 5 series 16 gig. Running at 3600 megahertz speed. That is a dual channel kit. It's 2x8 gig sticks. And for the storage, we have the Silicon Power Ace A55 2.5 inch 512 gig SSD. For the video card, we have the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 1650 OC 4 gig graphics card. And like I mentioned, we are going to be building in the Cooler Master MasterBox MB311L ARGB airflow Micro-ATX tire. And to power the whole system, we have the EVGA 450 BR100. It is a Bronze Plus certified non-modular power supply. But this case does have a basement, so it's easy to hide all them unneeded cables. The ports that make up this system, actually, if you look right here behind me, you can see it behind me. That's the system put together. Now I'm going to put a time lapse of the build together for you, and then at the end I'll come back with my conclusion and tell you what I think about this case in general. we ran down through the ports to make up this system. I showed you a time lapse of me putting the system together, and it did boot up like it's supposed to. And as far as this case goes, I think it's a pretty good little case for $60. You got the tempered glass side panel, which is a little bit of a dark tint to it, and you do have the full basement underneath of it. The front is all mesh with the 2 RGB fans in the front, which is pretty nice. Of course, with a $60 case with these features, you know, there's going to be some corners that was cut. You know, like the metal back around the I/O shield and where the GPU goes into, it's pretty flimsy. It's pretty thin metal. I don't know if you could tell in the video or not, but I had a little bit of problems getting that I/O shield put in there. Also, when I did the graphics card, it was awful flimsy and awful wobbly. And the filter on the bottom for the PSU, on the bottom of it, it's one of the old-fashioned bend up and slip underneath the tab type, which, I don't know, I guess it does the job. Me personally, I think I'd rather just run it without that, but that's personal opinion. But for $60, I think it's a pretty good little case. I think it'll do well. Like I said, it's got all front mesh in it with the 2 120 fans, so you should have plenty of airflow. As far as the airflow goes, I will be testing the temperatures and whatnot when I do the benchmarking on this system. So I'll be able to give you better details on what I think of that setup. I think it's going to keep your temperatures in check. The ports that I use in this system, they don't create a whole lot of heat, so you should be alright with that. I think it's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. Make sure you go down and give me a like if you like this video. Give me a dislike if you don't like this video. There's that comment section below. I go through them every weekend on my live stream. Saturday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. If you really like this kind of content, make sure you hit that sub button, turn on the notification bell, and that way you know you're notified next time I go live or I put out a video here on YouTube. And also, if you'd like to, I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. The links is in the description below. I won't kill your inbox, but I do put up photos of new products I got coming in, kind of give you an idea of what's going on here with the channel. And also, if something comes up with my live stream, I've got to change the date or the time of the live show. That's where I'll put all that information out. And with all that being said, you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream.